Hello Scorpios and welcome to Dekutarot. I'm going to be doing your weekly reading for November 12th through the 18th, 2018. I'm just going to do a one just general reading instead of splitting it up into weekly general and weekly love. We're going to see what comes out just for a general weekly love, career, whatever comes out here. Just because I was very sick this week with a nasty flu and I'm a little bit low on energy, so I don't want to overexert myself with these readings too much this week. I want to kind of catch back up on my energy before I move on to next week's readings and December readings and all my weeklies and you know, everything else that I do. And all my privates. I have a lot of privates, so I need to save my energy for those as well. And if you guys are looking to book a private reading, all of my readings are $5 off right now. So check that out until the end of November. It's my Thanksgiving special, so thank you all for all your support, all your subscribes, all your comments. And if you guys haven't subscribed and comment below your sun, moon, and rising, or however this resonates with you. All right, Scorpios, let's get right into your weekly. I'm going to be using my my Hieronymus Bosch deck for your weekly here. We're going to see what's going to come out. All right, Scorpios, what will be the main focuses this week for them? We have that we have the end of the Venus retrograde, and now it's Venus is going to go direct into Libra on the 16th, as well as Mercury is going into retrograde on the 16th. It's going retrograde in Sagittarius until December 6th. So we're switching out retrogrades this week. Mars is also entering Pisces on the 15th, so we're going to need, we're going to have more of an energy of really not knowing what we're fighting for, what we want. So we're going to be in more hesitant phase, at least probably until, you know, Mercury is out of retrograde and Mars is out of Pisces. It's going to be a little bit confusing. All right, so let's see what's coming in this week, okay? Scorpios. What is coming in this week for my Scorpios? We get first the Magician, so we're having a lot of creation type of energy this week. We're going to feel like we have a lot of fire energy, a lot of ideas that we want to make happen, and we're going to be trying to utilize, you know, every aspect of our, you know, every tool that we've got here this week to make something happen. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles, so we could be manifesting in money. We could be suddenly, or could have something to do with, you know, a family situation, a home situation. We could be feeling very abundant, very comfortable there. Like we can really make that work this week. So we could be focusing on making our money work this week. We could be focusing on accruing abundance, accruing a really, like just a lot of abundance that we don't have to worry about money this week. We could be finding a lot of different ways to do it. And we could even be getting, wow, you guys are really focused on money this week. Having some opportunities come in here. Maybe having an offer. Something, you know, we could be leaving one career, or, you know, getting offered something new. We might have to drop something else in the process. But it seems like we're getting a really abundant offer, something that has long-term stability here. Anything else coming out this week? Towards the end of the week, where will my Scorpios be at the end of this week? At the end of October, did I say October? November 12th through the 18th, 2018. Where will my Scorpios be at the end of this week? What will we be focused on? Ooh, the Chariot. We could be having trouble deciding whether to move forward in a new venture that we are being offered here, or whether to stay where we are. Either that, or some of us could be going through that, but some of us might have already dropped the other thing and are well on our way here, taking the reins and really moving into this wonderful, abundant energy by the end of the week. But you guys have really amazing, abundant energy here. So let's get a couple of clarifiers in. Clarify what is below the Magician, the Ten of Pentacles. What are the messages behind the Magician, the Ten of Pentacles at the beginning of the week here? And what is coming in for my Scorpios at the beginning of the week here? Clarify what the Magician and the Ten of Pentacles are saying about Scorpios. Beginning of November 12th through the 18th. Why did I say that? Get the Five of Wands. I need to take care of oneself. It also, you know, is a competitive energy. You might be competing for some type of money situation, competing for abundance. What happens there? The Ten of Pentacles, Knave of Pentacles. Feeling very much like we have to compete. We get the Emperor. Getting on top of things, or dealing with, or trying to at this point. Either maybe we're getting an offer from, you know, again, a male, or, you know, because again, the Emperor is very male energy, but this is also, you know, I'm going to look into the meanings of each of these because they are very interesting cards. They have a lot of interesting meanings. Clarify between the Knave of Pentacles and the Chariot there. Two of Pentacles. We're balancing our money. We're seeing what needs to be fixed, what we can do here. You know, it's going to be a really career-heavy week here, it seems like, for you guys. Anything else? At the end of that week there for my Scorpios. I feel like there's something else that really wants to come out here. What is this? The Devil. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, Scorpios. So, again, we could be afraid to move into something because of our own fears or our own lack of will here. Scorpios, we could be afraid that, you know, this is another negative cycle. We're getting ourselves trapped in a situation where, you know, it seems like we can't have the financial life that we want here. Or, like, I don't know if this is going to work. Can I make this work? You're trying to juggle something to make something work here. Alright, so let's check out what these mean here because they're really, really interesting as well, the meanings of each of these cards. Magician, the search for truth must pass through both reason and through emotion, inquisitiveness. So again, we're looking into making more money. I really do think that we're trying to find ways to create more abundance at the beginning of this week. So much abundance that we won't know what to do with it with that Ten of Pentacles card. The Knave of Pentacles, you know, he talks about, you know, having... Where are the Pentacles here? Dang. Because he has a really interesting message that I'd like to tell you guys. Where the heck is it? Okay, there it is. Self-sufficiency. Even in the narrowest space... Oh, is that? Yeah. Self-sufficiency. Oh, sorry. This is the Knave of Pentacles. What am I saying? Not the Knight. I'm sorry. I read it wrong. Resources. Create that which you do not have. Know how to abandon that which you do have. So it does seem like maybe if we want this abundance this week, we might have to give up one thing that we have been working on, or one thing that maybe we wanted. We have to know when to give something up in order to take on something new here. And below all this energy, you know, below the Magician here, we have that Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is the Elder, to watch oneself carefully, to do and repeat every day so as to improve oneself. So again, we're working at making more money. We're working at improving a situation, or trying to improve a situation here so that we can have more money. Because the Five of Wands in this deck isn't so much about, you know, it is about a competitiveness. If you want to compete, you have to be ready for it. You have to, you know, have all your ducks in a row here. You know, you got to watch yourself carefully. You got to watch and make sure that you're not making the mistakes continuously that put you in a financial hole. I don't know why this is really focused on money this week for you guys. But anyways, this is what I'm getting. So, you know, I'm going to tell you what I'm getting here. The Emperor. Authority comes from the man, not from his clothing. But the man must wear these clothes to make his authority recognized. So you got to, like, step up to the plate if you want this money. You have to take on the responsibility. You have to make sure that you are doing that, and that you are not just saying you're doing it and not actually doing anything about it. You have to take control of this. You have to watch yourself. You have to really, you know, find a way forward if you want this money. And it seems like if you guys want this abundance, you want this opportunity, you can have that power this week. You have to put on the jacket of, you know, you got to put on your confidence robes and be like, I've got this. I can do this. You got to take on this responsibility. Even if it does seem daunting and huge, it does seem like we have a very large opportunity for money here from the beginning to the middle of the week. And it could really work out, but we might have to drop something else in the process because, you know, balancing everything that we're doing might be a little bit too much, like we're trying to drive two horses in different directions. And it could end up, you know, driving us crazy or putting us in a hole again because we're not really putting ourselves fully into one thing, but we're splitting our efforts. You know what I mean? All right, Two of Pentacles. Repose. That which one has observed must now be enjoyed. So yes, this is the money that we have worked for. You can finally, you want to be able to enjoy your work. You want to be able to experience it. You can finally be like, wow, I'm finally getting there. I'm getting the offers and, you know, the opportunities that I want, or I can see myself getting that. I've been working towards this new goal because I've dropped what no longer served me, and now I can feel proud of it. I can really observe and take a good look at where I am, you know. And the Chariot is a really interesting card in this deck because it talks about violence a lot. Violence is the will of the flesh clothed in metal. Confronted with violence, there is no defense. So again, there's violence. Like, you know, this energy is coming in whether you like it or not. Something is changing here, but it could be that we're trying to drive, again, the Chariot in two different directions. What we need, you know, there's two little dogs. There's one guy underneath it. There's someone there, and they're looking at this coming by like, oh my God. what is happening here. But there's a lot of energy to move forward. The Chariot to me is still always about, you know, that forward energy, getting back in the driver's seat. So take a hold of it and don't try to take it in two different directions, because underneath it we get the devil. Even evil derives joy from evil, but man is not made for that type of joy. It's cruelty. Make sure that whatever decision that you're making, you're not being cruel in it, yet you're not, you know, maybe even being too much egocentric about it. You also don't want to get yourself caught up in don't want to make the decision that's going to get you caught up in a negative cycle that you've been in before. So watch yourself that week for this. Let's pull an oracle for a little message from Spirit for you guys, and then I will see you guys next week. If you guys haven't, go check out all your monthly readings. I have the Scorpio monthly for November up, as well as all the other weekly should be up within the next few days. Check those out as well. I'm still planning on doing a pick a card reading, so guys, let me know what kind of pick a card reading that you want to get, that you want to see. I wanted to do it this week, and then I got really sick, and I have not had a chance to do so. So let's see, Scorpios. Advice for my Scorpios this week. Advice for my Scorpios. From Spirit, where they need to know from Spirit this week. Advice for them. Winter, the sacredness of pausing. I almost said passing. Alright, sacredness of pausing. Come on. Give me the book. This is my Stacy DeMarco Halloween Oracle deck. Alright, winter, 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 winter. Alright, lightly I step, for the earth falls asleep, a lullaby to rest and pause, the soul's secrets to keep. In winter, the earth slows down and there is less light and often more wet weather. Many plants die back, many animals are less active, and traditionally, it was a leaner, more difficult time for those who worked on the land for their living. Winter often brought with it an end of a life cycle, a figurative or literal death. Should the winter card appear to you, it's time to let what no longer serves you die away. Where it seems natural and right to let things that have been bothering you for sometimes die back, take real action and change those things. Anything that is superfluous, extra, and burdensome, release it. Alright, so Scorpios, we need to see what no longer serves us this week, what kind of patterns, what kind of jobs, people, situations no longer serve us, and let it die. We've been thinking that it's been bothering us for a while. It's time to actively confront that and, you know, let what no longer serves us die, confront what no longer serves us, and release it. Okay, Scorpio, so I do think that that was a really good little input good little message from Spirit there to sum up your reading, but it does seem like you guys are going to be very focused on career this week, not so much love and romance, but, you know, have a wonderful week, my Scorpios, and I'm wishing you nothing but the best. Check out your monthly November readings, and again, if you guys are looking to book a private reading, check out all that information below this video in my description box. It has all the information about my private readings there, and remember to take $5 off of any reading that you choose until the end of November, okay? Thank you guys so much, and if you haven't, subscribe, comment, and check out your November monthly. All right, Scorpios.